These are 3 European destinations to visit in September. If you haven't come across my channel before, then hi, I'm Emma. I make a lot of travel-based content and I've made videos very similar to this for the months from January through to August already, and I finally made it to September. September, along with May actually, are my favourite months to travel Europe. You're out of the peak of summer, the temperatures aren't quite as high, the prices aren't quite as high. That being said, some of the places I've suggested in my previous videos would be very good to visit in September as well. So places like Cuenca in Spain, which was that UNESCO World Heritage Site with the hanging houses over the gorge. Also got Provence in the south of France. You won't have the lavender this time of year, but you've always got the vineyards and the market stalls. And then you've got Slovenia with its famous lakes to walk around or cycle around. But as for the 3 new places, first of all, I would suggest Cyprus. We actually went to Protaras in Cyprus a couple of years ago, but we went in November, which is the true off-season. A lot of the bars and restaurants were completely shut at this point, so I think September would be a much preferable time to go for most people. The beaches were so stunning, the water was so blue. You can do things like hiking all along the coast. We went through Cape Greco National Park. We went to Lefkara, which is famous for its lace making. We also did a food tasting tour for a day, and this was incredible. We went to see some vineyards, tried local wines, we went to see halloumi being made. I definitely don't think you'll find yourself bored in Cyprus. Second, we have somewhere that's been on my bucket list for so long, and it's Corsica. Corsica is so popular during the summer holidays that September will be a much more quieter time to go, and there looks like there's so much to do here. You've got the beaches, there's fishing ports, there's the beautiful town of Bonifacio, and this is right on top of these cliffs. It's so unique. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you've got what's arguably Europe's toughest hike, which is the GR20. It's an 112-mile hike, and it typically takes people about 2 weeks, but the good news is you can do small chunks of it, so you don't have to commit to the full thing. And finally, I would suggest Munich in Germany, and anyone that isn't a massive fan of hiking will be pleased to know that I'm not suggesting this place for hiking like the other 2. I'm suggesting it because of the beer and because it's Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest runs for 16 days from the middle of September to the first Sunday in October, so if you did want to go, I would highly suggest booking your flights and your accommodation sooner rather than later. And even if you didn't go to Munich during Oktoberfest, it's just such a fun city all year round. The beer halls are always so lively. You can have steins, they play live music, great Bavarian food. So yeah, those are the 3 places in Europe that I would suggest going in September. But like I said, a lot of the places I've talked about recently in my May, June, July, August videos, I think they'd be just as good in September as well.